Alright, good evening. I guess from what my success coach says, I need to take a video of my workstation. I need to take a video of my calendar to show how I am going to finish these experiments. I was told based on the instructions that I cannot break the trend, so hi, I'm John, and this is my home. And it's going to be my laboratory for the next 8 weeks or so. So I guess I'll give you a tour and kind of see what's going to happen and kind of where I'm going to keep my cultures and where I'm going to prep everything and kind of go over the next few weeks of my busy schedule. Okay? So first things first is my workstation. This is my lab kit that I got several weeks ago. Not really several, probably a couple weeks ago. I've got the various components. I've taken and refrigerated all the cultures that I needed to, and this is kind of what's left over. I started going over the labs for the next couple weeks, and I'm not gonna lie, they're really intimidating. But I'm just gonna take it, and this is not the first online lab I've had to do. I did physics last semester, and it kind of warmed me up to the fact of having to go through all my lab equipment in order to complete the courses. So I have my lab station worked out. I, for the most part, live alone. I do have children, and they tend to destroy everything that they come into path with. But for the most part, I'm live alone, and so every time I'm going to create a lab, I'm going to use this table. I don't have bleach, but I do have these Clorox disinfecting wipes. I kill 99% of the viruses and bacteria, so on and so forth. So, they're pretty good. I use them for everything. It kind of has a nice little smell too. It doesn't really smell too bleachy. And when I do have stuff I clean with, I end up using kind of a more fragrance odor. Got my computer so I can kind of look up and keep track. I put together my microscope. Everything's kind of in there except the batteries for the light. I don't really have anything for that yet, but that'll come in a couple weeks when I start the microscopy lab. Okay, so as I move along, I'll be doing a lot of my prep work in here. Try to clean things up for my first lab. I'm going to start tonight, which is the aseptic technique. That's dinner. I got to get that prepped and ready to go. But yeah, for the most part, I'll be doing a lot of my work in my kitchen. I'll try to do my best not to make sure I have any food items when I'm doing my experiments. I took all the slides and all the test tubes and put them in the fridge because it says to make sure to refrigerate. So they've all been sitting in the fridge as soon as I got them. So hopefully they're still good. Don't mind the mess. Let's see, what else can I show you? I was told I need to find a room with a microscopy, a room where I can have all the cultures kind of incubate. I have a washroom. I can probably throw in a load and get it all kind of up the humidity. I haven't really looked to see how I need to keep the slides cool, moist, or allow them to ferment faster. If I need to put them in a container and then cover it and so on. I do some gardening, and I kind of create a lot. Do all my seeds from seedlings from actual seeds, and so I've got kind of a room that I can kind of humidify if I need to, that I use for my seeds to kind of help them grow a little faster. I've got trays and I've got lights and stuff like that. So we'll kind of go from there. I'm kind of going to give it a shot tonight, but in the meantime, I'm just going to kind of wing it and see what happens with the first lab. I'm kind of going out of town next weekend, and so the first lab requires me to have my plates incubate for 4 days. And so in order for me to do that and be able to complete the task on time, so I need to start my experiment here and allow them to incubate so that I can finish the experiment on Sunday, which is my only other day off. And then hopefully get some stuff prepped in my filming and editing, and then get my lab report done by Wednesday, because on Thursday I leave, and for the next 5 days I'm not going to do anything. So, I'm not even going to bring my computer or my lab work, anything like that. So I'll do first experiment here. I'll do the bacterial enumeration tomorrow afternoon, because that only has a 2-day incubation period, so I can then get that done on Sunday as well. And so, and then when it comes to this whole week's basically going to be a wash, and I'll start fresh the next week. I'll do the microscopy lab on Wednesday, and then on Friday I'll start the bacterial morphology, and then I'll finish that by Sunday and get the lab done. If I'm able to get it done anytime sooner, I will, but I've slotted time on Friday because I have all day off, and then I can get Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then get everything hopefully done on Sunday. In the meantime, I'm working on quizzes and all my discussion boards and stuff. So that's basically it. So hopefully this is a good enough video. I know it kind of went long. I'll probably trim out a little bit of it, but I may just leave it alone and see what you think. All right. So if you got any questions, let me know. So as I said, I'm John Grounds, and I'm in your Micro 225. Have a good night. Bye.